The foldable revolution is about to evolve again. But this time, Samsung isn't just flipping the script, it's rewriting the entire playbook. According to insider leaks from Ice Universe, Panda Flash Pro, and Anthony, 2025 will be Samsung's most ambitious year in foldables yet. And it all begins with a device that sounds more like science fiction than reality. Samsung's upcoming Trifold. This isn't just another foldable phone. It's a three-part, futuristic powerhouse that unfolds like a tablet from the future. But while its design has the tech world buzzing, there's a twist that's already sparking heated debates. Sources say the Trifold will shoot 8K video at 30 FPS, but only through a single wide-angle lens. And shockingly, there might be no dedicated ultra-wide camera at all. For a device this bold, it's a puzzling compromise. Creators and photographers may feel the sting, especially with no sweeping ultra-wide perspective. And the surprises don't stop there. Real-world testing shows charging speeds are capped around 23 to 24 watts, with Samsung likely rounding it up to a clean 25 watts on paper. That's not exactly the kind of power you'd expect from a device that looks like it dropped from 2030. Then there's the under-display camera, once seen as the future, but it may be getting cut completely from the Trifold. Panda Flash Pro reports Samsung might ditch it for traditional punch-hole cameras on the inner screen, signaling a shift from visual purity to practical performance. But in typical Samsung fashion, not all is lost. Internal prototypes hint at a flagship triple-camera setup, a jaw-dropping 200-megapixel main sensor, 12-megapixel ultra-wide, and 10-megapixel telephoto, plus a 10-megapixel front camera, and possibly a 4-megapixel UDC still under testing. If this camera array makes it to production, the Trifold may still emerge as the most powerful foldable camera system ever. Meanwhile, Samsung's more familiar heroes, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7, are quietly entering mass production. According to Anthony and Ice Universe, the Fold 7 will launch with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 Elite chip, skipping Exynos entirely. The Flip 7, however, is stirring speculation with 2 test units running on Exynos, hinting at possible regional variants, just like the old days. And in a software twist, leaks show the Fold 7 is already testing One UI 8 on Android 16, completely skipping Android 15. One leaked benchmark even scored 18,143 on OpenCL, confirming serious GPU firepower under the hood. And this is just the beginning. Samsung is also working behind the scenes on its most daring chip yet, the Exynos 2600, rumored to power the Galaxy S26 Ultra. It's a bold move aimed at challenging Apple's dominance, but with Apple's 2nm chips for iPhone 18 on the horizon, the race is far from over. But back to foldables, the lineup is growing fast. Alongside the Fold 7 and Flip 7, Samsung is also preparing 2 surprise wildcards. A Galaxy Z Flip 7 Fan Edition, bringing the flip experience to more affordable markets, and the final form of the Trifold, dubbed the Galaxy G Fold, expected to launch in Q4 2025. Whether you're after next-gen luxury or experimental tech dreams, Samsung's got you covered. The bottom line? Samsung isn't just launching devices, it's shaping the future. Bold form factors, flagship cameras, next-gen chips, and software leaps, all coming together in a year that could redefine what smartphones can be. The Z Fold 7 is noticeably larger than its predecessor. The main display has reportedly grown from 7.6 inches to an impressive 8.2 inches, with the cover screen also getting a bump to 6.5 inches. On paper, that might not seem like a huge difference, but when you see them side by side, the Fold 7 looks more like a mini tablet. It's not just bigger, it's bolder, thanks to ultra-thin 0.5mm bezels that make the device look and feel even more immersive and futuristic. Even more impressive is how slim the Fold 7 is. When unfolded, it's just 4mm thick. Folded, it measures around 9mm, down from the Fold 6's 12.1mm. That's a massive leap. Samsung may also have ditched the display digitizer, allowing for a thinner profile, although that could mean changes to how the S Pen works. Rumors suggest it may require its own battery now. Still, the build looks incredibly sleek, with refined materials, a more durable hinge, and a dramatically reduced crease that brings us closer to the seamless foldable dream. Leaks also show at least 4 bold colors, including a stunning coral red and a sleek black. But now we get to the part that might disappoint fans: the battery. Despite the size and display upgrades, Samsung is once again sticking with the same 4,400 mAh battery. Yes, the same one we've had since the Z Fold 3. That's 5 straight generations with no battery capacity increase. And even worse, the phone is still stuck with slow 25-watt charging. In 2025, that's hard to justify, especially when the smaller Galaxy Z Flip 7 is rumored to have a 4,300 mAh battery. Just let that sink in. The Flip is a compact, fashion-forward phone, and it's almost matching the Fold in battery size. Meanwhile, the Galaxy S25 Ultra, which costs less, offers a 5,000 mAh battery with faster charging. Fold users, they're left with less battery, slower charging, and a higher price tag. It's frustrating, and many fans are starting to notice. On the software front, though, things are looking up. After a painfully slow Android 15 rollout, Samsung might finally be bouncing back. According to reliable leaks, the Z Fold 7 will ship with Android 16 and One UI 8 right out of the box. And even better, it could arrive as early as July. That would beat Google's own Pixel 10 to the punch and mark a huge win for Samsung after months of user frustration. If true, we could also see an earlier than expected update rollout for current flagships like the S25 series. Cameras are also getting a long overdue upgrade. For the first time ever, the Fold series may get a true flagship-grade camera system. Multiple sources claim the Z Fold 7 will pack a massive 200-megapixel main sensor, the same one found in the Galaxy S25 Ultra. That's a huge leap from the Fold 6's 50-megapixel camera. There's also talk of an improved under-display selfie camera and possibly a 10-megapixel telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom, bringing the Fold lineup much closer to parity with Samsung's best slab phones. As for the launch, all signs point to July, keeping with the tradition of the Fold 5 and Fold 6. Shipments will likely roll out by late July or early August. Production is reportedly kicking off in May, and model numbers are already surfacing, so we know development is in full swing. Pricing is expected to remain unchanged, with a starting point of $110,899 in the US, £1,799 in the UK, and around $2,749 in Australia. So where does that leave us? On one hand, we're getting a bigger, thinner, more immersive device with slimmer bezels, Android 16 out of the box, and a potentially groundbreaking camera. On the other, we're still dealing with a small battery, slow charging, and possibly no digitizer, meaning a compromised S Pen experience. It's a mixed bag. If Samsung delivers on all the major upgrades and nails the performance and efficiency, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 could still be the best foldable phone of 2025. But if not, there's always the Oppo Find N5, or, for the dreamers out there, the long-rumored foldable iPhone, whenever Apple decides to make that happen. A trusted insider recently confirmed that the Galaxy Z Fold 7 will feature a noticeably larger camera bump than the Fold 6. That instantly raises the question, is a big camera upgrade coming? If previous leaks are accurate, the answer is a resounding yes. The Fold 7 is rumored to pack a massive 200-megapixel primary sensor, a dramatic leap from the 50-megapixel sensor on last year's model. While it may not dethrone the Galaxy S25 Ultra as Samsung's photography king, it's still a game-changer for mobile photography and foldables. Expect crisp, detailed photos with flagship-tier quality, all packed into a sleek, foldable design. Reddit user Quinn Sumix recently shared a first look at what appears to be the Galaxy Z Fold 7's official case, and it reveals some big design changes. This case, found on AliExpress, is larger, measuring around 206 millimeters in height compared to the Fold 6's 190 millimeters. This points to a taller inner display and, more importantly, a wider outer screen. Samsung appears to be moving away from the ultra-narrow cover display, a common pain point for users, and leaning toward a more traditional smartphone feel when closed. The flash position in the camera cutout has also shifted, suggesting internal reconfigurations and possibly improved sensors. Combined with the larger footprint, enhanced ergonomics, and more accessible cover screen, the Fold 7 could finally strike the ideal balance between foldable innovation and everyday usability.